Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Ecoville, a program that focuses on environmental conservation. As we have just commemorated Global Wind Day, a day set aside to celebrate and discover the power and the possibilities wind holds to change our energy systems. On today's program, we have Bernadette Tuso, the Executive Director of solar company Green Orange Power Technologies, who will speak to us on the importance of solar energy as part of the renewable energy spectrum, which includes wind, solar, hydrogen, and biomass, among others. Hello, Bernadette, and welcome to the program.
Hi, Nonsikelalo, thank you.
Our first question is can you please give us a brief background on yourself and the work your company is involved in?
I'm the co-founder of the Green Orange Renewable Power Technologies. We've designed a very energy efficient stove, which we've given the name GOPT. It's an induction stove that means it uses magnetic force to heat up the pot, thereby cook food. It draws very little power to the extent that an entry-level solar system can power it.
And then, in light of that, we would want to ask you what is renewable energy and what different types of renewable energy do we have?
Okay, renewable energy is often known as clean energy. It's useful energy that is collected from renewable resources, which are naturally replenished by human at a human time scale, such as sunlight, also known as solar energy, wind energy, rain energy, and geothermal heat.
So, how important is solar energy as a source of renewable energy?
I mean, solar is the cheapest and the most abundant energy source in the world. Whether you realize it or not, the sun already powers our planet, providing the necessary energy to keep our environment and population growing. It is important for us to utilize this energy as much as possible because it does not harm the environment.
What kind of impact does using solar energy have on the environment?
Yeah, by going solar, you can reduce demand for fossil fuels. This is going to limit greenhouse gas emissions and shrink the carbon footprint. On installing a solar energy system, it's got a measurable effect on the environment.
So, in the long run, do you think the environment could benefit from the use of solar energy?
Yes, most definitely. The reduction in the use of fossil fuels will save the planet. There will be no more land degradation caused by cutting trees. There will be no more climate change and global warming um, caused by carbon monoxide from burning fossil fuels.
On establishing that company, if I may ask, how many years have you been in operation?
This is our second year.
So, in the years
Yes.
that you've been in operation, uh, how relevant do you think solar energy use is in Zimbabwe?
Yeah, Zimbabwe enjoys over 10 hours of sunlight every day. This is during summer. It also enjoys over 8 hours in winter. So even if it's winter, we still enjoy a lot of sunlight. So it's important for Zimbabweans to invest more into the solar energy because it's very relevant for our country and our climate.
Okay, we've seen the relevance, which is we have a lot of sunlight. We've seen that it doesn't really damage our environment and it reduces our carbon footprint. Then my next question would be, looking at the current economic situation in the country, how affordable is solar equipment for the ordinary person?
Okay, the solar equipment has drastically reduced their prices from back then. It's almost more than 50% reduction because now the Chinese people are making it cheaper and more affordable for everyone. But however, because of our economic situation in Zimbabwe, it's still a little bit at the high end, the initial cost of installing a solar system. That's why we went an extra mile to try and get a credit system to work with the Zimbabwe Women's Bank to to help women and people in Zimbabwe to afford these systems. So what happens is the Women's Bank will give you a credit uh, for the solar system that you require, and then you'll be paying Zimbabwe Women's Bank a small amounts of money uh, at a regular basis. But this already helps people to start enjoying the cost of cooking for free with using sunlight immediately once they get the credit approved by Zimbabwe Women's Bank.
So is this credit facility open to women only, or it's inclusive of everyone?
It's inclusive of everyone, though. It's called Zimbabwe Women's Bank, but it's inclusive of everyone. Anyone can still apply for the credit, and they can still afford it.
Solar seems to have advantages in terms of financial savings. I want
Mhm.
you to explain using your product. What savings would one make from using solar?
We've got two products. We've got one we call the Hajgana. The Hajgana solar system is where we provide everything from the batteries to the inverter to the solar, the cooker. So with this product, within 2 years, you're supposed to return your initial investment and have a lifetime of free energy and cooking for free. So the Hachkana has got back at the it's got plug points where you can plug and use it to power other devices other than just cooking. You could also power lights, you could power your phone, you could power small devices. So if you're at a raw setting, you could actually be using it to saw, be using it to a little um, other equipment, run other equipment. So in terms of financial savings, if you use the Hachkana device, it will be total free for use after 2 years. But if you're using it at an urban setting, if you're using with your current utility, like your current electricity, you would be able to save over 50% of your current utility bill.
What supportive measures are there, or what supportive structures have you put in place to help your clients? Let's say I've bought a solar system, I'm using it, then I have problems. Is there technical advice or technical staff who can come? Are the spare parts available?
We've partnered with our manufacturing company, so we already have all the spares locally in our country, in Zimbabwe. So whatever the problem that you might have, we are available to come and assist you. We offer guarantee on all our products. That is, if anything goes wrong, we can fully replace or repair it for you. Um, if it's within the guarantee year, then it will be free of charge. And if even after the guarantee is expired, we don't leave you high and dry. We'll still be able to repay anything for a very minimum fee.
Do you think enough is being done by government to support companies that promote solar as a form of renewable energy?
No, unfortunately, the government has not set up enough structures to support us. What I think is because they need a lot of collateral for you to be able to access their loans that they're giving, of which the collateral sometimes is fixed properties only. And for such small companies like us, like we are starting, we're just a startup, over 2 years, we haven't built enough assets for us to be able to access some of these loans. So I think the government must have sort of a way of making sure that even small companies can be able to access some of them and lower their the request for these type of assets as surety.
And then our last question is, the energy sector is commonly a male-dominated industry. How do you find yourself in this field?
Yes, maybe it's because of Zimbabwe as a country that women are highly valued. So it's not that I had to suffer in the industry. I'm just getting enough respect, just like other male in the industry. no one was questioning me because of my gender. So I think for the time being, I would like to thank Zimbabwe as a government for giving women rights. So it's not really much of a struggle, whether my gender has never affected our business.
Well, thank you, Bernadette, for joining us on the program.
Thank you, Nance Kelelo.
On that inspirational note, we would like to thank Bernadette for joining us on this week's episode. Please don't forget to follow, like, and subscribe to our social media pages. Please join us next Wednesday for another informative program. I'm your host, Silelo.